So I just had one of the funniest exchanges about evolution. So I take a Uber somewhere, and driver is a young black guy, and we start chatting about all and sundry, and then he asks me, what am I doing for Christmas? I said, no, I don't celebrate Christmas. I said, I'm not a Christian. So he says, oh, you're not a Christian, what are you? And so I'm like, I'm an atheist. And he's like, atheist, what's that? So I start explaining, and he starts giggling. He's like, so where do we come from then? And he starts laughing. And then he says, you mean you think we come from baboons? And I start laughing hysterically because, sure, for someone who doesn't even know what atheism is, and to start now trying to explain evolution and that we share a common ancestor, so exhausting. He couldn't stop laughing. He's like, how can you believe we come from baboons? So then I sobered up and I said to him, no. And I started explaining about the common ancestor and what evolution is and how it works and the time frames and so on. And he actually, by the time I'd left him, which was maybe a 15-20 minute ride, he actually, you could see, that look in someone's eyes where they're computing, you could see the guy was actually now seriously thinking about what I was saying. And then I said to him, you must remember, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's not true. And I explained to him I used examples of medical science and the fact that when you're sick, you go to a doctor, and you trust a pilot, and engineering when you go up in a plane or a skyscraper or whatever. And we rely on all the sciences daily, and we enjoy them. But suddenly, when the scientists of the world tell us that evolution is a reality and they have the evidence and so on, then we have opinions. And so then he starts laughing now again, but this time he's laughing at himself. He says, yeah, it's a problem. It was such a cool conversation. And by the time I left him, he was like, yeah, today you gave me something to think about. It was so cool. And such a cool reminder of why it is that we do what we do. It's for people like that who have just never been exposed to this stuff. They've, never even heard, because they're so brainwashed and live in a little bubble, never have the opportunity to hear of this knowledge. And people who do have this knowledge that keep it to themselves, that is such a waste. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. If we're gonna make this damn world a better place, it's one little conversation like that at a time. If nothing else, get people thinking. So cool, so cool.